Let's just carry it on in stride. It's
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
I guess I'll do a bit of a recap. So we pick up here, bottom of the second. Score 2-0. Runners at first and third. And that will quickly become runners at second and third as Quarter will walk her way over to second base.
She started to run.
No throw coming down.
Her reputation is enough that they don't even try to throw her out. She starts heading towards the base, and they just clear out of the way.
Cards have 2 runs on 2 hits. Parsons with just 1 hit. Committed a couple errors. That hit was actually the first batter of the game, Chassie Baker. But then she was stranded at first because the next 6 batters, including the 3 that first inning, have all been struck out by none other than Sam Clare. And Bourne gets into one here out to center, and it's going to go! Lexi Bourne with a 3-run shot. The Cardinals now have a 5-run lead. It's the 4th homer on the year for Bourne, puts her up to 33 RBIs. And the Cardinals have opened up the game here in the bottom of the second.
32, Patterson up to bat, number 42, Burris on deck.
Didn't necessarily
3-run shot.
Didn't necessarily feel like a matter of if, more so felt like when. And boy, did it.
Bourne just turning around on that one. Crowd absolutely loving it. They had been prodding away at this Vikings team up until that point. But with one big swing, Bourne has opened up this game for the Cards. You've got Reed McAvoy and Hayden Harves with you on the call here. Apologies that we missed the first inning and a half of this one. But we are here for you now. Patterson is going to get that glove, but she's going to reach because of an error. That hard grounder. She would have liked for it to get through, but it was kept along the infield, only for the first baseman to not be able to glove it. So the inning continues with the runner at first.
Number 14, Bishop, courtesy running for Reese Patterson.
Burris was hit by the pitch in her first trip, and she will turn around on one out to center. Could we see another? Looking up, it's gone!
That was
Burris
quick.
goes deep. That's her 6th on the year, and now the Cardinals' lead is 7.
Sure didn't take long, did it?
Multiple 2-out multi-run homers. It's turned into a 6-run inning here for the Cards, and 5 of them have come with 2 outs. This is the 1 against the 16, so in reality, you would expect the Cardinals to be performing to somewhat of this level, but it seemed like it was a pretty even contest for the first inning of this game. Then it's opened up here in the bottom of the second. A 6-run inning, and the Cardinals might not be done yet. It's Sam Clare digging in. Grounded into a fielder's choice in her first trip. Batting average sitting just below 500 after that ground out. Winner of this game will take on Chanute, who are the 9 seed that knocked off 8-seeded Holton.
They won 4-2 earlier this afternoon.
And that game will get started pretty much right after this one's done. There should be about a 25, 30-minute break. And you'll be able to catch that one right here on Eudora Sports Live. Claire is here in a 3-0 count. And she will take a hack at that one, foul it back.
Be cool for her to get a big hit today as well, right? Get 500 strikeouts, maybe another home run. That'd be cool.
And she came into today at 496 strikeouts. Has already sat down 6 batters by way of the K. A couple of them looking. The Vikings at least making the umpire make a decision. We saw the Wildcats just constantly swinging, at least putting it in the hands of the umpire. Maybe you give yourself a bit of a chance if she misses high or something. Claire staying alive in this at-bat. But yeah, she just passed that 500 mark. She is setting the new benchmark for Eudora pitchers. She broke that record before even she hit 450. It was at 443 that she passed up Kira Baker for the all-time record. And she has pushed it up to half of a millennium. And she's going to hit that through the left side in the full count. And she will reach with a single. So back up to a 500 batting average on the year.
Brooks up to bat, number 8 O'Toole on deck.
So the 2-out rally continues here for the Cards. Sam Clare will be courtesy ran for with Hamas coming in for her. Hamas.
Number 4 Hamas, courtesy running for Claire.
And the batter is Brooks. She flew out to right in her first trip. Adeline Morris is the pitcher, sophomore year for the Vikings, who are 4-15 on the year, compared to the Cards 21-1, 23-1.
And Reed, we talked about it a little bit earlier on when we were not actually live. We'll iterate it again. We mentioned early on in the first inning when this did look like a much more even match that this is the kind of matchup that you could very easily see a team like the Cards overlooking, because you look at the records and you just assume it's a game you're going to go in pretty easily, walk out of. Early in the first inning did not look like the case.
This one to right, chasing it down, and that was going to drop at the warning track. Extra bases for Brooks. Taking the turn at third is Hamas. She's going to come home and score. The 2-out rally continues. It is a 7-run second inning here for the Cards, and all but one of them have come with 2 away.
Right as we're talking about, we even mentioned it. We said, man, this is the kind of game you don't want to see the Cards look past because it could get dangerous quickly. And they, oh so quickly, turned it around the other way. Quite literally took the top off of this game and have not looked back since. Went from 1-0 to 8-0 really quickly here.
RBI double for Brooks. It's her 10th double of the year, and that one's going to be snagged over at third. Really nice play made to keep O'Toole off the bases and end that 2-out rally, but there's multiple home runs to give the Cards a 7-run second. They lead by 8.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? You can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
All right, so a strong second inning there for the Cards. Gives them a comfortable lead here as we get ready to embark on the top of the third. Looking at Sam Clare's stats through these first 2 innings has brought her season ERA down to .49. She's up to 220 strikeouts on the season. Winds and deals, and will sit down Hinman, a 7th consecutive strikeout.
They just keep rolling, don't they?
They line him up, she knocks him down.
Craziest thing is this, it's not just today, it's not just this week, it's not just this year even. Just what she does, one of the best pitchers in the entire state, easily one of the best in the state, maybe even nationwide. Again, going to Kansas University to play after her senior season.
You going to boot camp this summer?
Yep, our field training.
When's that?
Fouled back, count 0-2 on Shea Clark.
The heat of the summer. Where at? Where do you have to go?
Maxwell, Air Force Base, Alabama.
Very heat.
I forget if I mentioned the weather after we started the live stream or not, but it's a very nice day here for some ball. 74 degrees, a light breeze. Couldn't really ask for much better, and that's coming after this game was pushed back a day for some torrential downpour the night before this game was scheduled yesterday. It is a beautiful day here, calm after the storm.
I'd say it's pretty much perfect, but I'm partial to it.
Swing and a miss, another strikeout, 8 straight. So that will bring back in Chassie Baker, the only batter to get a hit off of Sam Clare. Every single batter behind her, all 8, have went down on strikes.
Only one to get any kind of significant contact at all to a ball, really. Since that opening AB, Sam Clare has not allowed much, but contact again from Baker.
Yeah, the top of the order for the Vikings certainly showed some promise. Even though they did beyond Baker, they went down on strikes. There were some strong foul balls. Clearly they were seeing it well enough to maybe do something with it if they get a little bit of luck along with the skill that they have. Baker with a nice take.
But since then, not as much promise as there was early on, that's for sure.
With the score at this point, I think it's pretty unlikely that the Parsons season will continue on beyond this game, but that just, for me, that means even more reason to fight, to do your best right now. This is,
may not get another shot.
Yeah, they say do it like it's your last. It may, at this point, their fate is almost sealed. It doesn't have to be, of course. It's softball. It's why we love a sport like this. The comebacks are completely possible. But if it is to be their last game, play it like that. Understand the moment. Make some memories. Feel good about your performance. Baker in a 2-2 count here with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. And she gets a strong piece of that one, fouling it down the 3rd base line.
More promise. You worded it well, though, just needing to get a little bit of luck on their side, along with that skill that they've had to make contact with them. Because at some point, fouling out only does you so much good.
Another 2-2. Baker gets a piece of it back to the circle, fielded by Clare, who makes the throw. Baker refusing to go down on strikes, but put out this time here to set the top of the order down in order at the top of the 3rd. Cards coming up in the bottom half.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
right, back here in the bottom of the third. If the Cardinals are able to recreate what they did in the bottom of the second, that would be the end of this ball game. That would be 15 after 3. First pitch from Morris well outside. It's 15 after 3, 10 after 5. If you want to run rule a team, something the Cardinals have done pretty regularly this season.
They've probably had more games end early than they've completed. That number might actually be fairly lopsided.
When you go 23-1, some things like that will happen.
Mm-hmm. It's a byproduct of being an excellent squad.
Cundiff here ahead in the count. She worked the walk in her first trip. On pace to maybe do the same here. And she will work a walk in 4 pitches.
Arnold up to bat, number 1 quarter on deck.
So that brings in Maddie Arnold. Hit a sac fly in her first trip. Was her 22nd run driven in this season. Has to dance out of the way of that one. She was also crowded off the plate in her first AB when she was looking to drop down a bunt and had one come in face level. That one confidently called a strike. Count goes 2-1. And Morris struggling to find the zone right now. Last thing she wants to give up is base runners if the Vikings are supposedly trying to fight for more game here.
Mm-hmm.
At least try and see themselves past the 3rd inning. That one called in there. A lot of Cardinals fans not liking that one. Brings the count full to Arnold. Yeah, you just want to avoid giving up free base runners at least. If they're getting hits, that's one thing, but not challenging. But an outside pitch would have been ball 4. Arnold chases, and she is sat down for strike 1. Or out 1, rather.
Talk things through with Katie Quarter up next.
Probably giving her some advice over what she just saw, which just punched her out there. It was a really good location for Morris. I don't know if it was a miss or not. You'd think you'd like to attack the zone full count, but it was a great chase pitch, and that's exactly what she got.
Definitely caught Arnold off guard. You could tell she didn't expect that one to go where it did and relayed the information almost immediately on how to catch it.
That one caught a low and away part of the plate to bring the count to 1-1. Porter hit a double and has been hit by the pitch in her 2 trips. This one's going to roll to the plate, and that's going to let Cundiff go ahead and grab second and even take a large rounding of the bag, but she'll head back.
She certainly wanted to.
And this one's going to get away from Morris. Cundiff will now grab third.
And Quarter will once again take a little tiptoe march over to second. So runners now on second and third for the Cards.
She just walked.
Yeah, she truly just.
She walked and then walked to second.
Yeah.
But she actually just got walked on 5 pitches.
Maybe so.
And then just went ahead and gave herself second base.
She's got to be thinking, if they're not going to stop me.
That is crazy.
She was doing it with a lot of showmanship, too, on the way to second. Looking back at the crowd a little bit, smiling, throwing a hand up.
So that puts runners at second and third with 1 away. Lexi Bourne went deep last time. She will rip this one to short. It's not fielded cleanly, and everyone's going to be safe, and now Porter's going to come home and score on that play.
Wow. And that'll break double-digit runs on the day.
Don't know if that'll both go down as runs driven in, but whatever it is, it's a 2-run infield hit.
Can we just label it as Katie quarter speed?
Number 42 Burris on deck.
A run that most other players probably wouldn't get.
And Bourne takes off on the first pitch and is into second safely. Her 25th stolen bag on the year. Morris with a better pitch there, but struggling for location here in the third. Had some wild pitches and some stuff that's just gotten away from her. Struggling for control more than she had been previously.
First and second inning, first in particular, she was really controlled. Barely had any that looked like they got away from her, and that has not really been the case so far in the third.
And that strikeout on Arnold, there was a bit of a favor done by the ump and then a chase from Arnold. So even the one out wasn't exactly pretty hitting her spots. Already 2 in for the Cards. Patterson hits this one over to third. It's gloved by Haviland, who will record out number 2. Bourne will advance to third on the backside.
Burris up to bat, number 30 Claire on deck.
So that brings in Burris, who went deep in her last trip. And it was with 2 outs. She connects with 1 out to right, looking up, and it's going to drop out there. Bourne will come in and score. Burris is still rounding, and she's going to pull into third. So more 2-out runs produced by Burris. The Cardinals now have 11.
Claire up to bat, number 18 Brooks on deck.
So the inning continues for Sam Clare. He's 1 for 2 with the single. Morris still not able to find the zone. Now trailing Clare 3-0. And that one looping and will get away. It'll be a walk to Clare, and meanwhile coming in to score is Burris on the passed ball. And Clare's going to try and grab second, and she will do so on a walk. She ends up at second base. Cardinals just doing whatever they want offensively.
Truly, whatever they want. I don't know if I've seen one single time in today's game where they've had to stand back or take a beat on anything they wanted to try. It's a pretty great sign in your first postseason matchup, showing really good things possibly on the way to come here as we draw a little bit deeper into the state season.
So it's a 4-run third here already. And now the batter is Brooks. And this one will roll away in front of the plate. So Hamas, who's courtesy running, will go ahead and grab third. All of a sudden, that pitcher-catcher connection between Morris and Stoneberg becoming a real problem. Pass balls and wild pitches getting crossed up. And whenever you're not hitting your spots, that only makes that worse.
Yeah, if you've got a little issue and you're not able to hit those spots, it's going to show them through the cracks even
Brooks
more.
hits it to the left side. Mitchell gets a glove to it, but can't pick it up. Another run scores. This inning's not done.
2 more runs, and we might be packing this thing up after 3.
O'Toole up to bat, number 10, Cundiff on deck.
O'Toole hits it at the first pitch, and it gets by Mitchell as well. Under siege over at short.
Cundiff up to bat, number 5, Arnold on deck.
So 2 on for Cundiff, who has walked in both of her trips. Cundiff hits it over to third, and Haviland will take it over to the bag, and she will earn her team the right to at least see the 4th inning of this ball game. After a tough 5-run third for the Cards, they lead by 13 as we head to the 4th inning.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
So the Cardinals will make a pitching change. They'll go to Olivia O'Toole in place of Sam Clare, who goes the first 3 innings of this one, allowing 1 hit, striking out 8. O'Toole comes in to make what is her 12th appearance on the year. She's got a 7-0 record through 50 1/3 innings of work. Has an ERA of sub-2 at 1.96 right now. So a hit over to Burris, who gloves it nicely and fires onto Brooks for out number 1.
Well done. O'Toole looking to put a strong ending to a statement game number 1.
Mitchell up to bat, number
Started
5,
off strongly
Ball
by
on
Claire.
deck.
Batter here is Braylon Mitchell. And a swing and a miss, a strong swing and miss from Mitchell. She gets a piece of this one over to third. Burris once again fields, and the throw's going to get away. Mitchell will go ahead and stay put at first. She'll reach on an error.
Haviland on deck.
So now it is ball. Struck out swinging against Sam Clare. This one hit over to third again. Burris doesn't glove this one cleanly. There's a hot shot over there.
Yeah, can't get them all, I suppose. She'd done a really good job on the prior two, getting a glove to him, with quite a bit of velocity behind him nonetheless, so wouldn't expect her to come down with every single one.
Close one, but called a ball. O'Toole having to deal with some traffic on here. Haviland went down looking in her first trip. So I'm going to be a nubber towards third. Every ball coming to Burris thus far. She is able to field it cleanly to get out number two.
Doing a really good job with a lot of pressure. Truly coming her way through the top of the fourth so far. I don't know if there's been a single hit that hasn't come her way yet.
Both of the runners advanced here, so two in scoring position with two down for the catcher, Stoneberger. And she turns around on one out to center, but it is brought in cleanly by Bourne. So the Vikings strand two in scoring position. Nothing will come to pass against O'Toole. Cards still up by 13.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
All right, bottom of the fourth here. It will be 9-1-2. Arnold leading things off. Has a sac fly and then went down swinging in her last trip. Watches the first one loop in there for strike one. It's been a strong showing for the Cards. 13 runs on 9 hits. They have been the benefactor, at least in my scoring book, which is unofficial, of 4 errors. This one will pop over the left, and it's going to drop. Arnold's got a hit.
Just barely dropped in the field of play, too.
A little popper over the third base side. Counts all the same as if he lined one into right center. So the lineup turns over with one on, and now Quarter. It was reached in all 3 trips, a double, a hit by pitch, and a walk.
It's a big first swing there.
An awkward delivery there outside ball one. So I'd say it seems like Morris has become fatigued through this game, and I mean, here we are at the end of a long season. She's facing one of the best teams around. It could be a little exhausting.
Of course.
To the point where I bet A lot of these people are completely done with school and still out here playing ball.
They may have already had their graduation ceremonies, a lot of them. Cards have.
That one called in there. The count evens. Quarter in jeopardy of being punched out here. She will scoop that one foul into the coach.
Little celebration from the Cards dugout over on that side. Quarter staying alive here.
Not super usual that she has to do that. She did go down in a previous APO too quickly with a couple failed bunts. Gets a piece of this one, sends it the opposite way, foul. And
there goes Arnold.
Go ahead and grab second.
Meanwhile, count is now full.
And that one going in at Quarter's legs. Either it got a piece of her or it's ball four. Looked like it got a piece of her. And she will go ahead and grab first base. So it's still none down, runners at first and second. And now Lexi Bourne, who's got a hit in each of her previous two trips, including a homer. Runners are going to take off as this one gets away from the catcher. Bourne hits it to short. It's fielded cleanly by Mitchell, who will fire onto first, and Quarter thought about rounding, trying to score. Now they're going to try and get her back at third. Boy, that was close.
Oh, she barely got back.
I honestly would have been less surprised if she were called out.
Sure looked like it, at least optically speaking. Looked like she was pretty much dead to rights there. Alas, she survives.
So it's an RBI ground out to put the Cards up to 14. And if I'm not mistaken, the one more run would end this ball game.
Do believe so.
Yeah, confirmation on that. One more run would end this game. And with Quarter standing 60 feet away from home, it feels pretty inevitable that that'll happen here.
Could likely be what it is over there on the mound.
Almost as soon as this meeting in the circle is done, Quarter could just swipe the bag.
Wouldn't be out of the ordinary at all. As we stated earlier, once this game comes to a close, we'll have 25 minutes roughly of a little intermission period before the second game starts.
Yeah, and that one will actually be on a separate stream link on the same channel. So we will direct you over to that one once we're done with the post-game show of this one. So Pattison digs in now. 0 for 2 at this point. Gets into one out to left. And that one is going to go. A third homer in this game for the Cards. Pattison sends it over the left field wall, and that will do it for this regional matchup here. The Cardinals knock off the 16-seed Vikings by a score of 16-0, beating them in 4 innings. A comprehensive victory for the Cards with 3 big flies, and Pattison being the decisive one. We'll go ahead and go to a break, and then we'll come back. It's the post-game show before we transition to the final game of this regional part of the bracket.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
All right, so a comfortable victory for the Cards here in this first part of this regional sectional matchup. They knock off the 16-seeded Vikings. It's funny, they only put up one run in that first inning. It seemed like it was going to be maybe a bit of a surprisingly close game, but then a 7-run second, a 5-run third, and a 3-run fourth got the job done. These are unofficial stats, but for my book, I've got them with getting that done on 11 hits and only conceding 2 errors. They were given 4 errors by the Vikings. Quickly, we can go ahead and run through stats before we get through some thoughts on it. Everybody in the Cardinals lineup, save for Cundiff, got a hit, but you got to give her some credit. And the one, she worked 2 walks, so she really only had 1 official AB. But 11 hits for the Cardinals team. Quarter goes 1 for 1, scoring 4 runs because she was walked and hit by a couple pitches. Lexi Bourne goes 2 for 3, driving in 7 runs, scoring a couple with the home run. Jaden Burris goes 2 for 2, driving in 3 runs as well, hitting a home run. Pattison went 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, the walk-off home run, which makes it sound a little more suspenseful than it was, but it is a walk-off home run, and it was an awesome home run. She absolutely tattooed that ball over the left field wall. Sam Clare went 1 for 2. Brooks went 1 for 3, drove in a run. O'Toole went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Cundiff 0 for 1, but 2 walks and 2 runs scored. Maddie Arnold 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And also Burris tripled, Quarter and Brooks doubled. I mentioned Bourne, Pattison, and Burris all homered. Sacrifice flies from Arnold and Bourne. Quarter stole 3 bags. Arnold stole 1. O'Toole stole 1. Cundiff stole 1. And Bourne stole 1. The start and win goes to Sam Clare, going the first 3 innings of 1 hit shutout ball, getting 8 strikeouts. And then O'Toole came in for the final inning of work, allowing no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. So that is the stats from this 4-inning game. It was a nice truncated first matchup here today, which gets us going on that second matchup even sooner. But a comfortable win here. Hayden, and what are your thoughts on the way this game played out for the Cards?
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I mean, they truly did what they have done all season long, which is started out the game not necessarily lightning quick, as you said, just 1 run through that first inning, but they very gradually kind of poked and prodded their way through. This roster, trying to find those cracks in the armor, and as soon as they found them, you knew it. I mean, we saw the top completely get blown off of this game. All of those runs were commanding. Every single one was impressive. Everyone was hitting well. Sam Clare, as per usual, pitching phenomenal, was per se to that first hit. After that, she did not allow anything else. O'Toole did really well when she came in relief later. It was just a really, really impressive game, and gets it over a little bit sooner. Everybody should be relatively fresh and rested here for that second game, which is always beneficial going into a regional championship game like this, having not just played a full 7 innings, which granted they haven't done much of that this season to begin with, but always nice to play minimal ball in that first game, get as much rest as they possibly can, and then go in for the second.
Yeah, they'll be taking on 9-seeded Chanute, who knocked off 8-seeded Holton, so that puts them at 14-10 on the year. That would be an interesting matchup here. I mean, it's still one where the Cardinals are quite comfortably favored, especially with the home field advantage. But you never know. We saw a bit of an even game for that first inning, and it's softball, folks. Anything can happen, just like in baseball. you never know. You always have to hit the ball. You have to make the plays, and sometimes that might just go away for no good reason. So we'll see.
You never know.
Yeah, but we will go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, it is the next live stream will still be on the same channel. It is a separate link, but it will be here on Eudora Sports Live. It'll be Reed McAvoy, Hayden Harbs with you from the first pitch for that one, hopefully. And that'll be the final home game here for Cardinals softball on the season. So don't miss it. A comfortable win here for the Cards, 16-0 over the Vikings, has earned them a final game here to end off this season.